Alright guys, just landed here in Venice, Italy. This is my second last destination of Europe. Like my other trips, I'll be showing you the highlights of my journey. I'd like you to take this journey with me. And for those of you who have never been to Italy, hopefully I can show you the highlights of Venice, show you what Venice is all about. So when I got to the airport, I was looking for a taxi to my hotel, and I was told that there's no ground transportation. And there's only two options. You take a water bus, or you take a speedboat. And I'm more the speedboat kind of guy. It's a 25-minute ride versus an hour and 30. The water bus would have taken 3 times longer, make several stops, and it would have been hard to get an intro. And yeah, so here we are in the speedboat on my way to my hotel. We just got here. And yeah, let's just see what Venice is about. Alright guys, we just touched base on Venice soil. Behind me we have the gondolas. Probably the best part about Venice to me. This is all that I know about Venice. There they are. So we'll be getting some shots on those. It's on our way here where we were going like underneath all these bridges, and the entire town is just surrounded by water. Even in the back streets, and we're going to show you some more of that. And I think we got some shots of us going underneath the bridges on our way here. So this is just very different. It looks very, very old, almost like I'm taking a step back in time. Very busy. I don't know if you see all these people behind me. It is, oh my God, this is like Times Square. This is crazy. So I wonder what it's going to look like at night with all the lights of the city lit up. Yeah, guys, just check out Venice. This shit looks awesome. Let's do it. First meal here in Venice, I have spaghetti carbonara. It's probably the best I've ever had. I was always told the food in America is really good compared to other countries, and that when you go to other countries you may be disappointed. And I think that's not true. Whoever told me that, I can't remember who, but they're definitely wrong, because the food I've been eating out here outside of America has been blowing my mind. And this is this place got, I think, 4.5 stars on Yelp. So I'm not the only one that thinks it's amazing. Videographer Adam Silver, he got him some gnocchi. And what's in that gnocchi, by the way? Is it just potato? Crab. Oh, yeah. That sounds really good. Wow. Yeah. Some roasted potatoes. Yeah, I mean, it's just no complaints here. I'm in heaven. I love to eat. Eating is like my full-time job. I eat 5-6 times a day, and I am just in the place to do that. The only thing I miss about America right now is the fast internet. I can't get fast internet for the life of me anywhere out here, so I do miss that. But aside from that, yeah, I'm enjoying my stay. I had an easier time eating a snail. Well, I want to say it's great, but I'm not an oyster fan. It wasn't bad. Yeah. Alright guys, I ordered me a Margherita Pizza. This is what arrived. So, fun fact, when it got here, it was uncut, and then I asked him to cut it, and then when he comes back I say, so, why is it always served here uncut? And then he tells me, because the Italians, they like to cut it down the middle, and then fold it, and then eat it like that. And the Italians, when you serve it, if they were to serve it all cut up like this in small pieces, they can't fold it and they get angry. So yeah, the more you know. Anyway, let's try it out. I love thin crust pizza, so this is right up my alley. Oh.
Better than New York? New York pizza?
New York pizza is amazing, but this is better. Yeah. This is better. Yeah. 100%. When I get back to LA, I'm just gonna go back to ground beef and white rice. So I'm enjoying every meal here, because you know I usually stick by the vertical diet when I'm in my off season, and it's just ground beef and white rice, ground beef, back to back to back for weeks and months on end, and this is, yeah, I'm enjoying every meal. You guys are asking yourselves, why is that eating like a fat? That's because this is only once in a blue moon I eat like this. So when I'm on these trips, I'll be eating this kind of stuff. Yeah. Back home, beef and rice. All right, guys, so behind me we have the Basilica. It's a really famous church here in St. Mark's Square, Venice. So fun fact, those 3 poles behind me were there for about 1,000 years. And public executions were held there where the convicts were executed by being hanged by their feet. So that is something else. It's like something else, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what it looked like during the day, but we're busy eating, so we came at night.
Prego, buonasera. This one. This, yes. Okay, just this.
What hopes and dreams are made
I
of?
have already the tablet. No.
What is it?
This one.
Mango sorbet.
Ah no, you're not together.
How's it taste?
320.
Fantastic. I love sorbet.
Yes.
Is that thicker sorbet? The sorbet I've had growing up in Manhattan or Brooklyn around New York City. More watery, thinner. This is a thick sorbet. Almost tastes, the consistency is almost like the dairy-based ice cream.
Nice.
I haven't gotten down to the cone yet. I think the cone's my favorite part.
And this one.
Holy moly, these alleyways are tiny. I literally can go from one arm to the next and touch. Look at this. Do you see this? It can't be any more narrow than this. This is just a theme in Europe. The portion sizes are small, the hotel rooms are small, the fucking alleyways are small, the clothing is small, it's just everything is, even the cars are small. When I was in London, there was not a single pickup truck, hardly any vans. I've been to some popular destinations in Europe so far. I mean, this is really only my 3rd one. But from what I've seen, it's just small. Everything in Europe is just smaller. In America, everything is just spacious. It's big clothing, big cars, big people. Yeah, so no, it doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. It just makes me remember that I'm an American. I have a different upbringing. The people out here are just less don't consume the excess like we Americans do. Like everything's just bigger, but bigger isn't always better. So to me, I think a lot of things in America are just unnecessarily big, like especially the food portion sizes. I'm 280 and I struggle to finish entrees at your typical restaurant, and that shouldn't be. So that just says a lot about the portion sizes. But I didn't get to take the ride on the gondolas yet. I'm gonna take a shot tomorrow 8 a.m. because since we've gotten here, it's been rainy. The tide is very high and it's choppy, so it's not the most. So they're not even outside, but even then, so it wouldn't be the most ideal weather for a gondola ride. Just looking down the alleyway, it almost looks like a movie set.
It really
does. It's very like cinematic. Just looking down, I don't know, it's probably not the right word for it, but it's different. You know, it's like a blast in the past. You know.
Right.
Okay, we're on our way to Rome, and to get to the train station, we have to take this water boat, and it sort of acts like a subway or a bus, like any other means of public transportation. It makes several stops to get there. So we wanted to opt for the water taxi, but since it's 6 in the morning, we're not open yet. Nobody will take us directly there. So instead, we just decided to take the water bus. That's why, you know, it's crowded and people around me. Took a decent view of Venice though, but now it's there in the day. When we took the water taxi from the airport to Venice, we were sitting inside the cabin and we couldn't see much out the window. So this is a good opportunity to just take in the sights on the way to the train station. But from where we're at in Venice to the train station to Rome is about 20 minutes, and the ride to Rome from Venice is 3 hours and 45 minutes. So yeah, we got a journey ahead of us. We're actually coming back in a couple days to Venice to take our extra long journey home. It's 18 hours to get back to LA, so yeah, we have a lot to look forward to. All right, we're here, just about to arrive in Rome, 20 minutes away. It's about 3 hour and 45-minute ride, as I mentioned earlier. So we have a pretty big window, and it's outdoors for the most part. You briefly go into tunnels every now and then, but for the most part, you get to see the countryside. But it's a lot of greenery,
lots of farmland. It is the countryside, so nothing too spectacular. And the onboard Wi-Fi only lets you connect to like a landing site. You don't get access to YouTube or Google, Instagram. So just be sure to bring some onboard entertainment like a laptop or maybe like a PS Vita or something. Just keep yourself entertained because it can be a long and boring ride if not. But otherwise that, it's a smooth ride. We're here in what's their version of first class. It's the standard ticket I think was 60 something euro, and the first class seat was only 75. So it was like a small difference in price, and you get privacy. I mean, you get a door that closes off our little section with 4 seats. You have to worry about anyone sitting next to you. It's quiet. It's just a smooth ride. It's not rickety where you're like bouncing left and right and all that. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the train ride. So just bring something to keep yourself entertained if you're traveling from Venice to Rome. You have a long train ride because there's no Wi-Fi on board that lets you connect to anything really, and the internet service, if you don't have a SIM card, even if you do have one, will be in and out. So just bring something to keep yourself entertained. Yeah, so I'll know that for next time, if there is a next time I ever make this trip. Probably not, but you never know. But we'll be arriving in Rome shortly, and there's a lot I want to see in Rome. The first thing will be food, of course, but yeah, let's see what Rome's about.
We're here in Rome, just got off the train, and the first thing we see a few feet away is work, eat. And when we get inside, we notice these tablets on each table. Every table in here has it. Yeah, so it's touchscreen, and you can order literally anything off the menu. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks. You can connect to your social media through it, look at the news. I mean, it's pretty advanced, and this is supposed to be the first one in Europe. I've never seen anything like this in America, so it's quite fascinating, and it's responsive too. So I actually let's go to the menu here. So we are in Rome, and there's lots of pasta on the menu. I had this, I can't pronounce it, and the agnolati. Yeah. So.
Struggles, bro.
Yeah. It was good. It tastes great, you know. Let me see. And the prices are really affordable too. You see, like you get a full entree, only €6, €7, but it's $7, $8. And go back to the home button. Let's see. There's games on here too. Media. Let's see. For kids, you have some games. Bear with me, it's my first time using it.
Oh wow, there's Instagram on
Oh,
here.
there's Google, there's YouTube, there's Instagram. But hold on. Go back to news. And the New York Times is on there. So while you eat, you can see what's going on in the world. Yeah. But it'd still be fun to use. So guys, if you've ever used anything like this at a restaurant, I'd like to know where. So drop a comment on where. And yeah, I'm curious. Alright guys, we're here at the Vatican Museum. After this, we're making a stop with the Pope because I heard he wants to get into working out. And who better than Larrywheels? Had to get him into the gym. Anyways, it's my first time at the Vatican, of course. I've read briefly about it in like history books. I'm far from an expert. Only know really what my girlfriend tells me about it. But we are here to explore. I mean, we've been to a couple museums so far during my Europe trip. And the last was going to be hard to beat. The Palace of Versailles was really impressive. I mean, I was really captivated by the paintings and just that was once someone's home. So yeah, just not sure what to expect here at the Vatican Museum. So yeah, let's see what's all about. Okay guys, just finished touring the Vatican Museum. It was beautiful. Although if I had to compare one museum to the next, I'd have to say the Palace of Versailles tops this one. Though outside the Vatican Museum, we have this, where Mass is held by the Pope. And, you know, he speaks to thousands of people. This place gets filled up where you probably can't even stand straight. It's just insane. I'm standing here right now. I've seen countless Instagram and YouTube clips about it. And nothing does it justice like standing here on your own 2 feet, looking at it with your own 2 eyes, and just taking in all this beauty. I mean, it's a gorgeous place. I'm here at night. The clouds are purple. I mean, the statues are golden. And it's really a sight to take in. But heads up, if you guys are thinking about coming here and you're on the fence, just bring a small camera with no attachments. So my videographer, like I said, is best of the best, and he puts on a large microphone on top of the camera and a large lens. And also, this camera he uses, you have to manually white balance. So one of the security guards inside the museum actually approached us and gave us a warning where you can't shoot commercials or movies, and threatened to kick us out. So just a heads up, guys, if you're coming here, just bring a small camera. You can record, you can take photos, you can do whatever you want. Just be mindful of that. And yeah, do yourself a favor and come here. This place is gorgeous. You have to see what you are. Instagram, YouTube is not enough. I grew up for a long time thinking, oh, well, what's the point of traveling now that we have the internet and access to all these photos and videos? And it's not the same, you know, because when you travel, when you go to these places yourself, I'm learning that you get to feed off the energy that other people give to you. You get to experience how people treat you in these different places, and there's just nothing like it. And shit, I mean, no camera can capture the same quality that your two eyes can. So do yourself a favor, come here. And another thing, this is a destination PR. So far I've been to Paris, I've been to London, I've been to Venice, and now Rome, and many, many more to come. Every month I'm making a goal to travel at least once, and this is just one of my many destinations, and I'm loving it so far. I'm glad I made this decision to start traveling the world, and I encourage you guys to do the same. If you have the time, the money, do it. PR lifestyle. Here we are at the Colosseum. It's 2,000 plus years old. A lot of blood was spilled here. A lot of history here. Unfortunately, not much of it remains. Most of the arena is gone. The seats are gone. The pillars are gone. There used to be poles all around here. It's all gone. There's just enough here for us to stand and look at what remains, at the ruins. It would have been amazing to see it before anything started to break down. So we actually booked a tour guide for this one. This whole trip we went to several different museums and landmarks, and we didn't get a tour guide. We just used our iPhone to Google stuff, and because we don't have a lot of patience, and I'm heavy and I like standing around for too many hours, and when you book a tour guide, it's a lot of standing around, a lot of listening. And after using the tour guide today, I felt like I'd do better with the audio guide. So if any of you are curious whether or not when you travel to get the tour guide or use the audiobook, I think the audiobook will be, you'll have a better time with the audiobook, because when you have the tour guide, you're spending a lot of your time paying attention to what he's doing and actually like looking around. When you have the audiobook, it's just in your pocket, you're looking and listening. So you're actually like taking in what you're here to see. And yeah, I'll probably just stick with the audiobook from now on. Anyways, it's been a pretty amazing trip so far in Venice and Rome. I think I like Rome a lot more than Venice. I'm not crazy about the water city. I didn't like the fact that it was so small, and that everything was surrounded by water. I loved the Vatican. That was probably by far the best part of the trip. Not the museum. The museum was a bit underwhelming. After visiting the Palace of Versailles, yeah, it's going to be hard to top that. So I'm a bit desensitized after visiting that Palace of Versailles. But yeah, I think the Vatican was the best part of the Venice and Rome trip. And then this would be the second best part, for sure. The food here is amazing. The pasta's great. I mean, I've had pasta in all the big cities of the States, so I know what good pasta tastes like. And yeah, America's not bad. The pasta here is pretty damn good. I mean, pasta in Italy, you have to have pasta in Italy, right? So I've been out plenty. Went to the Vatican, went to the Colosseum, and yeah. But now the tour guide was just educating a bit about the history of the Colosseum, and I learned that right over there, beneath where the arena used to be, there's actually several slaves turning the elevator, and that there were hunters in here to bring the animals for the gladiators to fight. So anyways, after coming here, I got to watch Gladiator again with Russell Crowe. So I'll probably watch that on my way back home. But yeah, so that concludes my Venice and Rome trip. If there's anyone else you guys think I should visit, just drop a comment on where. So as always, just please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and thank you guys for tuning in.